following program contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Streams, where we interview amateur streamers, learn about their stream, life, and more. Now, welcome our hosts, Cameron and Terminalogic.
Welcome to Behind the Streams. I'm your host, Cameron, with co-host Terminalogic.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Terminal. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. Just staying busy, getting ready for the holidays weekend, and just preparing. How about you? You got anything going on this weekend?
Just my parents coming back, and Sunday I'm with my medical company providing some first aid cover at the local train station for the big football match.
Oh, that's awesome. Who's playing?
Manchester United and Queen's Park Rangers, I believe.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I gotta finish up some Christmas shopping this weekend, and then should be good to go, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I finished my Christmas shopping today. Went and bought a few bits and bobs to finish up stuff, and then I was away off to a duty afterwards.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it's been a very busy, hectic day. So have you seen the new things that they've added to Star Citizen?
I have. I saw that they added 2 more people to Squadron 42.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess 2 more investors, it looked like. I got the
Alright.
the letter in my email today, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, I got the email too. I just haven't read it.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. So that way they can basically stay within themselves without having to go out to a third party. So it'll be
Right.
good, and then that way they can still raise money for, I think it's gonna be like 40-some million, I believe. Just for Squadron 42.
Oh, right. I've seen one of the new ships and the helmet thing, only because Duke's posted it in Discord.
Right? the Satan helmet, I'm calling it.
Yeah, it's like the goat reindeer thing.
Right.
Fuck knows what it is.
It even has lights on his antlers.
Yeah.
I wonder if the things work or blink or something. I have to get in, log in and check it out.
That would be pretty dope.
But that ship looked pretty good, though.
It did. It looked like a smaller version of the Connie.
Yeah, it did. I'll just bug the Jukes and have him give me a test drive in it.
Right. Well, I can't play. I can't play Star Citizen. My potato blow up. But hey ho, it's there for when I upgrade.
This is true. When is that going to be? You decided yet?
When or what? When I haven't decided, because I need stable income first. And what, I think I'm just going to get an Origin PC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love building PCs myself, but I couldn't trust myself with really expensive stuff. So I'd rather get Origin to build a PC and then buy it off them.
Yeah, my brother is the same way. I went over to his house and helped him build a PC, and he had spent like close to $2,000, and $2,000, and you're building one yourself. You have some high end stuff, or at least somewhat high end.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wear this anti-static bracelet." I'm like, okay.
I was actually watching YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was either Jay's 2 Cents or Linus Tech Tips. They were doing the whole how to handle the PC parts.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I come to think of it, I think it was Jay's 2 Cents, because he's very cocky when it comes to handling PC parts as is.
Mm-hmm.
he was going against all the stereotypes, like don't put the motherboard on carpet and what have you. So he was going against every stereotype, and he debunked it, and it obviously didn't break any of the components.
That's funny. Did you see the Verge's How to Build a PC?
I have not.
Yeah, it's pretty much how not to build a PC. It was,
Right,
it was pretty
okay.
bad. They mounted like the PSU. They mounted it like upside down. They put the RAM in wrong because it's dual channel.
Oh god.
And with dual channel, you skip every other.
Yeah.
A, B.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just put them side by side. It was a mess.
Oh god, that poor computer.
And it was hilarious how they put on the thermal paste. it was bad. Like thermal paste, you're supposed to put just basically a dot right in the center, and then whenever you put on the heatsink, it'll spread out evenly. Well, they they Spider-Man the shit out of it. But it was pretty funny. You have to check it out.
Speaking of thermal paste, I know it's a really weird topic now, but I was watching this one stream. I'm not going to name names, not because I don't want to name and shame them, just purely because I can't remember the name of the stream. But he was saying how, like when you get your Corsair water coolers, for example, and they've got those plastic bits over, like your plastic film over the actual heatsink with the already thermal paste on the heatsink.
Yeah, it's already on it.
Yeah, he tried telling his stream that you didn't need to remove the plastic film. So that triggered me quite a bit.
If you're going to apply thermal paste, yes, you need to remove it. Wow. And the bad thing about it,
anyway,
most of them come with instructions. That's the sad part. And
yeah, everything comes with instructions nowadays.
Right. If not, it's at least warnings. Hey, don't do this.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure even on the plastic film it says please remove before applying.
Right.
But no, apparently you don't need to remove that. Well, anyway, enough about us, guys. Let's get on into the interview and let's see who we've got on today's episode.
On today's show, he's our favorite trivia guy, and sometimes known as the Tambourine Man. He is WithGuyTV. Welcome.
Welcome to the show, Guy.
What's up, guys? How's it going? The Tambourine Man. I'm also referred to as that sexy Canadian, so we can work with that as well.
I'll add that to the list.
Yeah,
That's
it's a long
definitely
list. It's also jackwagon and technical difficulties. The list it's longer than my arm.
Which I'm assuming is quite long.
But thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Well, first I want to make a kind of a it's a little embarrassing, but I was watching your stream a few days ago, and well, I got very jealous of your hair. There, it's out there now, and I feel a lot better about it.
It takes hours of perfection just to get it right where it needs to be in trivia mode.
You might be embarrassed. You might be drawn to his hair, but I'm always drawn to that blazer he wears. I love suits, and
it is very nice.
It's a total package. That's what we're going for, right?
I think for your next trivia, it should be full tux. Full tux.
Full tux. Oh man. I was thinking because it's coming on Christmas, I should do an ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh,
I'd watch that stream.
Yeah. Super tight on my awesome frame, right? Mm-hmm. I think it would look good. But yeah, no, it's prepping for my shows. I honestly, when I first started streaming, I was just like hat backwards, hat forward, not doing anything. I love my DC and Marvel shirts. I love all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to showtime, I feel like I got to step it up. And my wife just makes fun of me because I will spend like 10 minutes fidgeting with my hair only to come down and put headphones on and fuck it up in the first second and be like, oh, well, there we go. Whatever. Jacket goes on. Here we go. We got 45 minutes of trivia. So.
And then you've always got that producer Bob guy or what? Oh God.
Producer Bob. Oh yeah. The friggin' adventures we go through. It's.
I feel sorry for his bank account.
Yeah, you know what? And it's been in flux. It's been all over the place. But when it comes to the show, it's funny. We're both kind of not on the page of necessarily making money. We just know that it's a draw. We know that people are showing up and having fun, and we're literally just trying to put out a show that people are going to enjoy. And that's different on Twitch because there's so much saturation. There's so much of the same thing that you just see channel after channel after channel. And it was like our challenge to say, let's throw something out there different, but we need a solid draw. And that's kind of where the prize money came into play.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea, especially with, like you just said, with the influx of streamers now coming and overtaking the just chatting and the performing arts. I think you're the only one that I've seen that does an actual trivia night with cash prizes.
Well, I like to kind of pride myself on, like, we have a show and it's completely interactive. Everyone's chatting. Like I've never had my chat as popping as it has been for trivia. Everyone's having a blast. Everyone's being competitive with each other, but still it's a great group we have out right now because everyone's kind of, popping fun at each other, but still getting along. Everyone's just having a blast. It's like the first time I'm like, okay, I truly have like an interactive show where I get to like host and be involved with everybody. It's such a crazy feeling. And it's the first time I've ever felt that as a live streamer. So yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. I mean,
to segue into that, talking about your stream, what got you into streaming?
Oh, geez. I totally fell into it. I was like, I've always been, for years, I've been involved with like YouTube stuff, but I'm kind of on the back burner. And I kind of fell off the YouTube bandwagon because I wasn't doing YouTube in the traditional sense. I was running a YouTube network before micro networks were, well, they got rid of micro networks. YouTube decided to stick with mainstay players and not all these little sub networks. And that's when I kind of got the axe and was looking for a different avenue on how to kind of create content and do my thing. So I was at my day job and I was telling people, oh, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm going to hop on the treadmill. And they go, oh, well, how are you going to keep going on that? I'm like, oh, I'll play some video games. And they said, you're going to play video games on a treadmill. Are you an idiot? And I'm like, no, I could pull that off. And after literally like falling several times, trying to get your balance, trying to disconnect your brain and your legs while playing the game and just everything on autopilot, I had it all down, and people said, nah, bullshit. You're not doing that. No way, no way. So I jumped on Twitch and I said, look, here's a clip. I did it. And I jumped on Twitch literally just to prove a point at work. And all of a sudden I see there's people talking to me, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening? And we're having conversations, and I just lit up. Like, that's what it was for me. I was like, holy shit, there's people that are actually interested in chatting, interacting, and being there. And it just kind of took off from there.
Oh, sweet. YouTube is all, well, it was all pre-recorded and uploaded.
Well, and I would even say it's still significantly different. I know YouTube's trying to make a big splash in the streaming market, but like the Twitch experience is so different than YouTube. You find, I'd say, more drastic personalities that you find on Twitch. Everyone's a little more free to do what they want, because I find that YouTube has so many guidelines that it just isn't the same kind of content. And when it comes to Twitch, it's more in line of giving me the ability to just be a goof, joke around, say what I want, play the music that I want, just like really feel like unconstrained, if that makes sense.
Yeah, completely. And I mean, so when you're making YouTube videos, if you mess up, you can just like edit it out and just pretend it never happened. But when it comes to live streaming on Twitch, you just have to go with what happens. And
it's there. The world saw it.
With that being said, obviously we've all been there. We've all hit that go live button for the very first time ever when we first started streaming. How did you get over the nerves of hitting that go live button for the very first time?
It was weird for me because I wasn't thinking about it from that aspect. Like I was literally thinking to myself, no one's gonna tune in. This is just for me to grab a clip. That's all it was. And that was all my intention was. And I kind of pop on, and I had like my first webcam was the PlayStation 3 webcam that I found a driver for, so it worked. Like, it was just like nothing was planned. I was just like, no graphics, no borders, just literally this poor, super low resolution webcam, and me chugging along on a treadmill. And like I didn't even grasp what that could potentially lead to, or even in my mind thought people would even show up. I thought, like, it was the weirdest thing I could possibly imagine doing. Why would someone want to watch? And then, like I said, sure enough, they were there. And then that's when it kind of hit me like, oh, okay, shit, there's people talking to me. And where am I putting chat? How am I going to read this? And I'm on the treadmill with a phone and a PlayStation controller. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And that's kind of, oddly enough, has become like a trend on my channel where it's almost safe to make mistakes. Like,
Right.
When the trivia show kicks in, I don't think I've had one flawless episode where I can say I haven't had a technical difficulty.
Right.
But it's at the point where it's just part of the show. It's always been part of the show. Jackson messed up. Let's all laugh and have a good time. And we're experiencing it together and fixing it on the fly. And I am very, very fortunate that I kind of have that environment built where everyone's like, hey, it's part of the show. You fucked up, right? And I know a lot of streamers don't have that leeway where something goes wrong and all of a sudden chat's ripping into them and blasting them and just saying, I'm done, and like unfollowing, right? Where the audience I've kind of accrued went, cool. Yeah, let's all laugh at the situation. So
You're allowing yourself to have that little bit of vulnerability, you know?
Yeah. And I guess it's personality wise too, where you can't let it bug you when you make a mistake. Like, I'll look at the camera, I'll blush and be like, hey, I did it again. Let's figure this out. Where I think if a lot of streamers that would happen to them, they're like dead in their tracks. They're shutting their stream down. Like, it's an ending point, whereas it's kind of just a clip for us. So
Right. But that's kind of the point of clips sometimes.
Yeah.
yes,
Clips
you'll
can
find
be-
a menagerie of clips of Jackson messing up.
Clips can be your worst enemy at some points.
Yeah, if you let them.
Yeah,
Like
it's all
we
about
Very true.
perception.
like on the so like I mean everything's fresh in my mind because like I'll tell you guys, this show is not easy to produce, and it's been like 24/7 in the back of my mind, constantly thinking on how to improve it, how we're going to make things run smoother, creating the graphics, new segments. Like it's been non-stop, and I'm very lucky because producer Bob is actually my boss in real life at my day job.
Oh, really?
We were bouncing ideas off each other because we were both doing a trivia um a trivia app on our phones, and we went, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we had this instead, if we had points and then you can count it. And we came up with all these ideas on how to make that app better, and then I was like, shit, I can do that on Twitch, and that's kind of how it came into play. So it's literally in between us doing service calls at our work, we're talking about the show. So it's been so hectic 24/7. But what happened on one of the episodes is I was doing the questions at coming up with the questions at 2 a.m, totally burnt out. And the question was, where did the band the 5, 6, 7, 8s come from? And I said, what city did they come from? And I go like Manchester, London, or Japan. And it gets all the way through to the show, and I say that, and I go Japan, and then I look at chat and realize fucked up, because now every episode you see hashtag City of Japan, hashtag broadcasting from the City of Canada, right? Like it's like, so for some people that would ruin the show. For us, it became just an ongoing joke. We'll probably get freaking T-shirts printed, broadcasting from the City of Canada and stuff like that.
I'd buy one.
Yeah, about
There
to.
you go. Let's plug some merch too. Yeah, I better start a T-shirt account or
Right.
something.
A living meme.
But yeah, to have the freedom to mess up, I'm very fortunate that that's the environment that we've built and the community we built.
Right. So with Twitch being this ever growing platform, and people coming and going, getting the new followers, the consistent viewers, you're bound to be spotted by the more popular streamers, like your big ones like, but I don't know, Gold Club for example.
Yeah, Mr. B, stuff like that.
Mr. Beast for one, definitely. Do you feel ready and prepared if a popular streamer was to host your stream?
I would be absolutely ecstatic, because I've had, I guess you consider like medium-sized hosts, like 100, 200 people kind of thing, and you get a bit of a shock right off the bat, and you're kind of like, okay, whoa, do I act different? What do I do? There's all of a sudden more people, right? But like that's a nerve-wracking moment. But I'm at the point now where I've put so much into my team that I'm like mentally prepared for it. I'm like, when that hits, I'm ready. I'm on. I'm craving that point where we can have an audience just blow up and be excited and see chat off the hook. Like that is what I'm prepared for now. So if or when I ever get a host like that, yeah, you're going to see the biggest beaming smile of any Twitch streamer, and I'm just going to be lit the fuck up. It's going to be
I really hope to see that. I really, really do.
I can just imagine guys sat there, boom, host Mr. Beast. Fuck yeah, boy.
You'd probably see 2 minutes of just like giggling on my behalf. Just here we go. It's showtime, bitches. Like it just I would be on. It's ready.
Speaking of happenings that, things that might occur, during a stream. Do you have any, like horror stories per se? Is Tambourine Man a horror story?
No, Tambourine Man was literally all right. So have you guys played Fallout 4?
Yes.
All right, so you can get the companion strong,
Mm-hmm.
the super mutant, right? And I was just prior to that clip, I was going around I was about to enter a super mutant camp in Fallout 76. And I don't know why, all of a sudden my brain switched into me going, okay, I'm gonna come and see my friends, but if they shoot at me, I'm shooting back. Right? Like, and I just walked in, I'm like, your friend Strong is here. Wait, no, I'm your friend. And then I busted out the death tambourine because I didn't want to use any more ammo. And I started running up to people and I was just like, this is a stupid life decision taking on every strike. I did another word. And I was killing people going, I'm the Tambourine Man. And I just had like so many people losing their shit, laughing in chat. And the clip was well worth it. It's one of those things where if you watch it, you'd think you'd be embarrassed, but I watch it and go, yep, that's me being an idiot, and I love it.
Oh god, that's an amazing story. It's like the complete opposite to what we were looking for.
Oh, okay. So he was role playing as a kid. I had one guy, he kept coming because I'm not like a crazy vocal guy in terms of doing like voices and stuff like that, but I always like to give it a shot. And I had this one guy that would show up, and I think once every 3 months. Like I'm streaming like 3 days a week, and he would just pop in and wouldn't say hi, just go, say because you're Batman.
Oh.
And I would like on command read it in chat and be like, because I'm Batman. And you just see him like, drop some bits and disappear again. And I wouldn't see him for like 3 months again. It was like clockwork. He would show up. And then we started joking around. Like I'm a huge DC fan and Marvel just because it's a byproduct of this day and age. But just the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy is so freaking good that every time I watch the movie, I can't stop acting like the villain for like a week. It drives my wife insane. She's like, oh fuck, he saw The Dark Knight last night. Oh no. Like Dark Knight Rises, like I'll walk around just talking to my kids. It's like, so are you ready for breakfast, or is it time for us to just driving them nuts, talking like Bane, or creeping my daughter out before bed after like doing Joker. It's like, let's put a smile on your face, and just
Oh, god.
So I can't help it. I just instinctually start role playing in my head and doing stupid things. And it translates well on stream, but I'm surprised I have friends in real life.
That's probably the most reason that you do have friends in your life, probably.
My boss constantly tells me, he's like, and that's why you have no friends. I'm like, shut up, Bob. Shut up, producer Bob.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
Now, let's turn the page a little bit here. A lot of big streamers, they'll have all this equipment everywhere. 2 computers, going crazy. In your eyes, does the technology you use matter all that much?
You know what? You need to establish yourself and make sure it's what you want to do before you make an investment like that. Because if you want to start off as streaming, it's as simple as like if you have a PlayStation, you have an Xbox, they're capable of streaming as is.
Right.
And you can easily start an audience just like that off existing tech that you have. If you're a PC gamer, you can always, crank your video quality down. It's not always the biggest draw for people. People are there for the gameplay and your personality. So if you have to lower the resolution in your game, download OBS, which is free software, and screen cap it, right? Like you can use existing tech to make it happen. It's the unfortunate streamers that I see that go, I am going to make a living off Twitch starting tomorrow. And they go and dollars in equipment, and they have everything. They pay someone to do graphics, and all of a sudden their show is looking just like Ninjas or Disrespect, right? Like when they really bring all that production value and they get on the camera and they go, "Hi, I'm gonna play Fortnite for you today," right? Like,
Right.
you need to be able to pop and resonate, and you got to be there for the right reasons. You have to be there because you like entertaining people, not
Yeah.
because you like the idea of playing video games for a living.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Right?
that's like,
And to be an entertainer, you can do it with your existing equipment.
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna backtrack a bit here.
For sure.
So, given that your personality is like a big joker and you love to have a laugh with people, how does your personality handle trolls when they do end up finding your channel and being trollish?
Oh, I feel bad for the trolls. Oh, those poor guys don't know what they're getting into when they show up in my stream. I have my moderators go, "Do I ban them?" And I go, "No, wait. I'm gonna have fun with this one." and I will rip into them. The biggest draw for trolls I've ever had on my channel is when I was treadmilling, because I'm a bigger guy. And I've had weight fluctuations up and down, just like everyone who says, "I'm getting in shape." Oh, I fell off the bandwagon. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, fuck, I didn't do it. And
Right.
the amount of trolls that come in and go, "Run, fat ass, run." And I'll turn to them and I'll be like, "Well, actually, my glutes are my most redeeming feature. It's my six pack here that's having it." Like I'll poke fun at myself and show, like, whatever you said, I'm not making me cry, bro. I'm not going to break down and, "You're right, I shouldn't be on the treadmill. You pointed me in the right direction," right? Like, I will poke fun at myself and then make them wonder. Just like, I'll focus on them. The rest of people don't matter. I'll just be like, "Okay, so why are you here? Are you having a good time? How is your life? Does your mother treat you okay?" Like, just like ransack them. And the funny thing is, half of the people stay and become followers and go, "Okay, this guy's funny. This is okay. No, this guy can take a joke, and this is good," right? And they start enjoying themselves. I had one person jump in and try to troll, and he threw out a wrestling reference, like WWE. And my brother is an amateur wrestler in British Columbia, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to send Artemis Spencer to your house, and he's going to lay the smackdown on your brother," right? Just going off. And the guy literally within seconds goes, "Holy shit, you know Artemis Spencer?" And I guess the guy was a fan of like a local wrestling circuit. And there's like a 0.2% chance that he would actually know my brother, but he did.
Wow,
And then I'm like,
insane.
"Yeah, dude, yeah, he's my blood, he's my brother. It's right." And then he just fucking lit up like I was the greatest thing ever. He's like, "Oh my God, I could talk to you about wrestling, and you know these people." And we just started chatting. And once again, it's a guy that came in to be a dick, all of a sudden is a long-term follower and shows up and looks forward to the stream. And it's amazing how you can turn situations around and just go, "No, personality can change things."
Oh, for sure, definitely, 100%. I can't agree more. So I'm gonna peel back a layer here and start to pick your brain a bit.
Uh-oh. Okay. Can I keep my shirt on?
Please
Definitely
do.
not.
Oh,
All right.
two different
Oh,
minds.
wait,
Two
that's
different
another
minds.
Or was I supposed to keep my shirt on? Sorry, that was the real question. I might have jumped back a step.
So, getting a bit more personal. What keeps you grounded in real life?
My wife. 1,000,000% my wife. If if I didn't have her in the back of my head just giving me the yes or no, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea. I don't always follow her advice when it's a bad idea, and then I do it anyways and then realize she was right. But I run everything past her, and we make a lot of decisions that happen on stream. Like when I'm live, it's just I'm just saying whatever, right? But when we're talking about segments and prearranged things, especially when it could also involve my kids. I have 2 kids. I have a son and daughter, 8 and 6. And when we're in our YouTube days, we did a whole bunch of just funny skits, and I'd have my wife and kids in the skits. The biggest thing that we made sure of, though, is we really differentiated our personal life and our YouTube live life. We never use our real names. We never let people know like where we live, where we're situated. We really need that. And when you ask, hey, how do I keep grounded? Those are guidelines that me and my wife work through, and she really makes sure, like, hey, this is my concern. This is how we need to keep you in check, and we just work together as a team and figure it out. So yeah, it's the wifey wife that keeps me on track.
Great story. Love it.
I'm glad that she's in there with you and helps out and everything. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, she's the technical director on my show.
Oh no,
she runs this PC, right? And she'll turn her head every once in a while and go, "Stop talking, do the next question." Okay, honey, you said it. Let's do that. Okay, sweetie. See, I got the opposite problem though, because producer Bob, he just wants to let me off the leash and go crazy, right? So I get this, the devil and angel on my shoulders being like, do it, guy, say it. And my wife's like, no, you can't do that.
That's great. Now, has there ever been, an instance where, somebody really brought a lot of negativity to the stream at all?
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah, it's happened. Like, I'm actually really fortunate that I've only had to ban like less than a handful of people. I think I've had to like actual ban 3 people.
No, that's good.
But most recently, I had someone, and once again, it comes from trivia and the nature of the competition and everything. He got really down on himself he busted out on his trivia points about halfway through the show. And he started asking the people that were winning if they can give him half of the money because he really wanted to buy a video game, and was awkward. And then he went into the Discord after the show and was just talking about how he was such a loser and how nothing ever works out for him, demanding that we recast the show because the questions weren't from his generation, and just like it got really weird.
Wow.
So we ended up having to, and he was a moderator on Twitch, like this was on the channel. He just like literally like he flipped a switch and was a different person. So I mean, immediately unmod him because I don't know what kind of damage can he do if he has this. And then he starts going off on Discord. I'm like, dude, and I'm trying to be civil, like, man, hey, you can't talk, you can't be doing this, you can't go off the handle, and then it branched off. Like we had to give him a ban on Discord, and then he starts DMing me on Twitter. He started hitting me up direct messages on Twitch. He started even sending it through like Facebook like just like was hitting from every angle to try to get unbanned, and just made things super awkward. And I guess that comes with the territory, but like you never think about that when you're like, hey, I'm going to be a streamer and I'm going to get going. Some of the personalities are not always stable.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to roll with it and figure out and be prepared to handle situations like that. And like I said, very fortunate that I've only had to do it a handful of times, but that one definitely comes up on the forefront when I'm thinking back on those moments.
Yeah. I know those situations can be a little tough, but it seems like you handled it pretty well.
Well, you do what you can. I mean,
Right.
I'm so freaking Canadian that I'm just like, do I ban him? What I do? Can I fix this by saying A? Like I just
Can I fix it by saying sorry?
I got a lot of I got a lot of American guys that on my Discord that are just like, fucking ban him, dude. And I'm like, okay. Like, how are you so confident about that decision? Right?
I'm assuming the ban was something along the lines of, I'm so sorry, but I have to ban you,
That's pretty much it. I'm like, dude, I really don't want to do this, but I gotta have to issue a ban. I hope you understand. Please don't be mad. Like, and then I have to delete all that and go, what the fuck? Don't send that. Just ban them. Just fucking.
You know, as you move onto the future, you know, what are your goals as a streamer going into the future?
It's funny because as things have been getting busier, I've been getting more subscriptions. I've been seeing donations. And I know this is going to sound so weird, but I almost feel like telling people don't. Like, don't waste your money on me. I'm here to entertain. Like, I'm getting these subs, and I mean, ideally for me, what I would love to do, because what our show is evolving into is a perfect spot for like advertisers, and I would rather make income by building relationships on that front than people feeling like they have to pay for my content. And like I said, I know that like when I say it, it feels almost counterintuitive, like the opposite of what you're trying to achieve on Twitch. And I want people to subscribe to my channel because they really love the content, not because they feel like they have to. Because the worst thing I've ever seen, I knew one person that tried to go pro, and he had amassed about 200 subs, and he decides to do one of the worst things you could possibly do, in my opinion. He went to do a drunk stream.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and he had a longtime follower go, "Hey, I really appreciate what you do, and you keep me constantly entertained." And the live streamer spurted out, "Well, if you really like my content, you should have subbed."
Wow.
Oh. Almost worth of death there.
Yes, and I mean, that's a brutal thing to say. It might have been something that you can recover from, but then he was highlighted by Keemstar on Drama Alert as like one of the third filler kind of things, but Keemstar pointed it out and literally buried the dude. The
Whoopsie.
guy shut all social media down. He basically disappeared off the internet for almost a year until he came back, rebranded a bit, and the reason why I got a big scoop on what happened was because he was doing YouTube and Twitch, and he was part of the YouTube network that I mentioned earlier. So when he told me, he's like, "Dude, I gotta shut things down," and I got the whole story, and I was like, "Fuck,
What did
no
you do?"
way."
Oh my, no. No.
And that put me in this mindset where, like, honestly, when someone gives me a donation, if someone gives me 50 bits, I'm like, "Dude, you didn't have to. Thank you so much. You are amazing." And like I am shocked, absolutely shocked and in awe that people find enough entertainment out of my stream where they feel like I want to give this person money. It's a total humbling and amazing feeling.
Yeah.
But it's so foreign to me at the same time.
Yeah.
What did it feel like, that first subscriber?
My first subscriber, I kind of just stopped on stream for a bit. I'm like, really? Like, you $5 a month? You're gonna do? And I'm like, and one thing I will say about Twitch is I personally have a really hard time finding value in what you get as a Twitch subscriber. I see the value in subscribing to a person to support them in what they're doing, but I don't necessarily feel like what you get back from the Twitch side of things is entirely worth it. So when someone subscribes to me, my mind instantly goes to, okay, my content that I'm putting out is worth it enough to them for that. And that's why I'm so like through the moon when that happens. I'm like, and it's a parallel of how I feel the system is and what you get in return, and how it takes a lot for me to subscribe to a channel. I need to be like, oh, dude, you just made me laugh for an hour straight, and this is like the 10th day you've done it. You deserve this.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm completely
Right,
the
so
same way too. Yeah.
So when I get a sub, I'm like, okay, if that's how you feel about me and that's the content, you've made my day. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty extraordinary. It's amazing.
And I don't know if that answered the question.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Above and beyond, which
Yeah.
we like. We like here. We like that here.
Ooh.
And your hair. We like your hair too. That's just,
Yeah.
Is that a conditioner thing?
No, it's all soft water and a little mix of gel and hairspray and Canadian essence.
Oh, that's probably.
No. I should bottle that and sell that.
Okay, so what is one massive tip you would give to a brand new streamer who want to start up their own Twitch stream?
Yeah. Get used to no one watching.
That's
would
pretty straight to the point.
That's
that's
like,
great
honestly, you gotta be straightforward about it. You're gonna go months without anyone there, and the moment anyone says anything in chat, you got to be ready, because you'll never get a single person who's going to stick around if they have to wait 10 minutes for you to reply to a message in chat.
Yeah, that's very true.
People will come and go, right? But like, even me, like my Twitch has been a fucking roller coaster, because when I started with the treadmilling, it was interesting. I had a decent little following, and then we transitioned into, do you guys remember Clash Royale? When Clash Royale was like the mobile game of choice.
Oh yeah.
And for somehow, some way, it actually showed up in the top 10 list for a couple months on Twitch, and I was streaming Clash. What's that?
I said it was getting advertised pretty heavy.
It was insane. It was absolutely insane, and I ended up getting averaging about 50 to 100 people watching my Clash Royale streams, because I'd host tournaments and like commentate and like pit people against each other and be like, here we go, we got Bumblebee against Iceman, it's gone, the battle of the century, and just like people love that shit, and I love doing it. I like being entertaining more than necessarily being so badass at a video game that people want to watch. Because in my time in my life right now, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to be MLG at a video game. I don't have my life, my kids are too important to me to be like, no, I'm sorry, I got to spend 6 hours making sure I can quick shot and quick scope.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm doing it for entertainment. I'm doing it, right? And that's why things have been slowly transitioning away from just gaming to more talk, more show, and I'm really liking that transition.
You're falling into your own self.
I'm finding my niche. I'm finding out like
niche, yeah.
what I want, and it's sexy.
Right. And it's a great thing that you're enjoying the transition to.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure that, you know, if you circle back and you said what were, like, when you said, hey, the first time you broadcasted live,
yeah,
were you nervous? How did you feel and stuff like that? The first time I broadcasted the show, I was sweating bullets. I had never felt that much pressure. And I was doing a podcast a while back too, and I gotta say, you guys, this is a wicked show you guys are putting together, and I know you're in the early stages of it, because you guys are going 3, I guess this will be episode 4.
Yes.
Oh, see, I know my maths. But, no, I like your format. I like what you're doing, right? Like, but I'm sure for you guys too, the first podcast was probably nerve-wracking. You're probably like, oh God, this is foreign territory to me. I don't know what's going on. Are people going to show up? And the first time I did that freaking trivia show, I was like, if no one shows up, and we started with $100 cash pool right off the bat. Like, first place made $50. And I'm like, if I have 2 people showing up, and I'm just basically giving them money. I was just like, just so much fear going on there. So it's so fulfilling to see. Even at this point, we're averaging 15 to like 30 people watching. And
great.
it's such a good feeling when I'm just like, okay, people are coming back. People are liking the content and they're marking it in their calendar and going, oh shit, it's Wednesday, it's trivia night, right? Like that is an accomplishment I'm so proud of.
Yeah, and so, sorry to butt in here, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna name drop here. The very first trivia episode, I believe On Fire got first or second place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. I can just remember. I remember the conversation I had with him after your stream, and he was just over the moon that he won.
It's pretty cool when I get like, because what you don't see after the stream is people jump in the Discord, and there's like an hour of people going, "Oh fuck, I couldn't believe that." So close on 7, and this person got ahead. I didn't know what's going. And I get DMs on Twitch like, dude, that was so crazy, and that was intense when that happened. I can't believe how high that score was. Or, oh my, I can't believe we pulled ahead. Right? It's the aftermath after the show and the buzz of people going, no, I still want to talk about this. Like, oh, it's such a cool feeling. It's so like, oh, amazing. Like,
And
there's no words for that.
And then you just got me who trolls the chat live.
And you know what? I don't mind that. When I saw you in there, I'm like, monkey boy, because you're coming up with some pretty good fake options. I was like, shit, I should get you writing some of these things. Producer Bob told me the other day, because he'll play, but I don't know if you notice this. Our trend is, 6-7 questions in, we always find a reason to ban them.
Yeah. I've noticed.
We always find a reason to kick him out. There's a little trade secret behind the scenes for you guys, for sure. But he goes, you know what? I know you so well now that I can tell which ones are the fake ones you made up just because your personality. And I'm like, that's a scary thing. Like, I don't know about that. But I saw your answers and I'm like, fuck, I gotta write that down for next time. Those are pretty good, goddamn good.
I try. Okay. So let's start to wrap things up here.
Okay. All right.
Not that we don't enjoy your company. We've loved
No,
your
it's
company.
okay. I know. I kind of stink. It's fine.
Well, but before we say goodbye, we've got a couple more questions for you.
Fire away.
So, what do you have going on right now with your stream that you would like to share with us and the world and the people listening?
Oh, what's going on with the stream? I mean, I know we've talked a bunch about Trivia with Guy, but what our plan is for the show is we're going to have an escalating prize pool dependent on how many people show up. So we have everything put in place between 0 to 20 contestants, 20 to 50 contestants, 50 to 100 to 100 plus, and the prize pools escalate. And also, the more we have, the more regular contestants we have, the more room we have to grow the show. We have live segments that we're ready to shoot. We have a segment that we've been fleshing out called Bob on the Street, which will be the funniest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life.
Can't wait.
I look forward to it.
But it's all kind of dependent on the growth and making sure we iron out the show we have now. Because like I said, as much as the technical difficulties become part of the show and an ongoing running gag, the moment we can iron out what we have now and then look forward to technical difficulties on the new shit we add to it. Like that's where we want to be. We want to be able to keep adding new things to it. We're working on sponsors right now so we can have a constant run of giveaways occurring as well. So every second question, we'd like to have a game code or merchandise or product of some sorts that are being presented to the stream as giveaways. We really want it to become like a trivia Price is Right hybrid where it's constant just who's next? You getting that? Let's do that. Have a good time. What's up in chat? Right? Like, and it's getting there. That's the crazy thing, because we actually have 3 substantially different segments in the show right now. We got the Super Sporadic Spin Wheel of Fun. We have our regular trivia, our 10 questions. We have the trivia question of the week, which is a completely different prize, all run off of Twitter, right? Like, we're integrating all these things in, and
Right.
it's right. Like, we want to see that continually grow, and that's what I want people to look forward to when they see the show down the road.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the wheel spin you do on stream, that's for a random game key, and that's provided by Dragons Get It.
It's by the Dragons Get It. On the spin wheel, we have the game code. Dragons currently being supported by the Dragons Get It. We have a cash prize, a $10 instant giveaway, and we also have the escalating cash prize, which someone won last episode.
I seen that.
And it was $240.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, this is sick. Producer Bob's like, fuck.
But it couldn't have gone to a better person, because she was saying how she couldn't pay for an internet bill this month.
And it's just fun to be able to be like, and you get to show up next week, Electra, because we have paid your bill. Right? It's so fucking cool to be able to do that. And sorry if I'm still going on a tangent. When I was talking about that aftermath after the show and people direct messaging me and stuff, what is so cool is I have people message me going, holy shit, you have no idea even what this $20 means for me. I really, like, I'm short on cash. I needed that money. I couldn't buy groceries. Like, I get these stories from people. And even at the level the show is now, to say, hey, holy shit, it's actually impacting people in such a positive way. Like, that's what I made the show for, to have people just feel like, fuck yeah, I gotta be there, and this is so awesome, and so good.
For real, dude, for real. So let's move on a bit.
Yeah.
So the big question.
Uh-oh.
Where and how can people find you on social media, what's your schedule?
So everything is with Guy TV, and it's because Guy Jackson was taken. The guy made his Twitter handle back in like 2006 and sent out 4 tweets. I messaged him. I said, hey dude, I don't even care, can I buy your Twitter handle off? He goes, no, I'm Guy Jackson. I'm like, no, I'm Guy Jackson. And we went on back and forth for a while, and finally I said, fine. So everything's with Guy TV. And that's on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, which don't really worry about Instagram. That's not the most popping at this point. YouTube as well. Everything is that. And we do, because Twitter's been getting a lot more popular for us for the show, we also have Trivia with Guy, our Twitter handle there. So you're going to see both With Guy TV and Trivia with Guy broadcast about the show, when we're going live, the draws that we're having. So all fronts, you'll be able to catch me on that.
Awesome. And that will be below the podcast in the notes below.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What's your usual schedule?
Schedule wise, for the show every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We try to do a pre-show as well, where people have time to get their trivia points, so it's not always a rush. Streaming wise, we're shooting for every Monday and Friday at 9:30. That's been a little harder to hammer down because kids are so freaking active in all their sports and stuff right now. So, and end of the day, I'm sure everyone can appreciate this, family comes first.
Oh, definitely. Yes. 100%.
Always.
Yeah. But gaming wise, we're trying to do every Monday and show 100% no questions asked every Wednesday at 9 p.m.
That sounds amazing.
You heard it, guys. That'll also be down below, so you don't miss any of that.
Look, I'd like to thank you for coming out.
No, I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on here. It was amazing.
Yeah.
No, it was a good chatting with you guys, and I hope you like, because You know, you go on a podcast and you don't exactly know what the format's going to be.
Right.
So every once in a while you stop and you're like, okay, fuck, are they going to ask me a question again? Should I keep talking? Are they going to edit out the pauses? I don't know. It was good, guys. I had fun.
You did fantastic, and we really enjoyed having you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
We will definitely be watching.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I try not to miss the Wednesday ones. I love those. I just want to thank you for agreeing to come on the show to be interviewed. Not everyone says yes, surprisingly.
Well, you know what you guys are doing, it's really awesome insight into the early days of streamers and what they're putting together. You guys are doing, it's a great service you guys are putting together.
Well, we thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Keep it sexy, boys.
Always.
I think that when I'm high, I'm over you. I hope that when I die, I'm close to you, to you, to you, to you. Look at all the songs I wrote for you. I didn't write the rules I chose for you, for you, for you, for you. I don't know why I feel this way, this way. Everything permanent falls apart. I know how I can kill this pain, this pain. So I tell my mom I'm sorry, yeah. I don't have to feel this way, this way. Everything permanent falls apart. I know how I can kill this pain, this pain. So I tell my mom I'm sorry, yeah. I think that when I'm high, I'm over you.
Don't forget you can catch WithGuyTV on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/WithGuyTV, on the web at www.withguytv.com, and on Twitter at WithGuyTV. We will also have all that information down below in the description below this podcast episode. On our next cast, our special guest will be streamer OnFire53. I've known this guy for a good few years now, and I look forward to speaking to him. Once again, a big thank you to WithGuyTV for being our guest. Thank you for listening, and until next time, peace and happy holidays.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Streams. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.